Imposter syndrome, that nagging voice in your head that whispers, you're not good enough, you don't belong here. One day they'll all figure out you're a fraud. It doesn't matter if you've won awards, landed the job, or built the success. Imposter syndrome makes you feel like you just got lucky, like you don't truly deserve it. Psychology explains it as a cognitive distortion, a false belief that you're inadequate despite evidence of your competence. It shows up as self doubt, perfectionism, and the fear of being exposed. Studies reveal that around 70% of people experience imposter syndrome at some point, from students to CEOs. The irony, the higher you climb, the louder the inner critic often gets. Neurology gives us the brain side of the story. The amygdala, which handles fear, overactivates when you're in situations of pressure or visibility, like presenting at work or stepping into a new role. At the same time, the prefrontal cortex, which handles logic, doesn't fully shut down that fear. The result? Even when the evidence says you're capable, your emotional brain insists you're not. It's a misfiring loop. Fear overrides facts. Behaviorism shows how the cycle reinforces itself. You achieve something but dismiss it as luck. People praise you, but you downplay it, saying, it was nothing. That response feels safe in the moment, but it teaches your brain, hide your success. Don't own it. Over time, the avoidance of praise, challenges, or risks strengthens the imposter loop. It becomes a habit of shrinking when you should be expanding. Let's make this real with examples. A student gets top grades but says, I only did well because the test was easy. A professional wins an award but thinks they must have made a mistake choosing me. An entrepreneur grows a business but worries daily that clients will find out they're not good enough. So, how does imposter syndrome make people feel? Heavy, isolated, like they're faking life. And here's the twist. While you're busy doubting yourself, others often see you as confident, talented, and capable. The disconnect between how you feel inside and how others perceive you is exactly what makes imposter syndrome so painful. Why should you learn to understand it? Because once you recognize the pattern, you realize you're not alone and you're not broken. Everyone, from students to athletes to billionaires, feels it at some point. That knowledge can free you from shame and help you reframe the voice in your head. Here's the difference in mindset. With imposter syndrome, success feels like an accident. Without it, success feels like effort rewarded. So, how do you break free? Name it. When the inner critic shows up, say out loud, this is imposter syndrome, not reality. Naming it takes away its power. Own your wins. Instead of dismissing praise, practice saying, thank you. I worked hard for that track evidence. Keep a journal of achievements, big and small. When doubt hits, the proof is right there. Reframe failure, imposters fear mistakes, leaders see them as part of growth. Here's the big takeaway. Imposter syndrome is psychology tricking your self-image, neurology amplifying fear, and behaviorism reinforcing avoidance. But once you see it for what it is, you can turn that false voice into fuel. So the next time you feel like a fraud, remember, the very fact you cared enough to question yourself means you're engaged, ambitious, and human. The people you admire most, they felt it too. Imposter syndrome doesn't mean you're faking it. It means you're pushing yourself into places your old self never imagined you'd be. And that's growth. If this gave you a new way to see imposter syndrome, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear they're not alone. Because the truth is, you're more capable than you think, and it's time you start believing it.